in Austin, Texas, hanging out with some friends who own a farm. They are creating a farm using regenerative agriculture. The heck is regenerative agriculture? Good question. Regenerative agriculture is when you're trying to heal the soil. You're trying to give it its nutrients back. Over millions of years, soil gets a wide variety of nutrients. And the way we tend to farm, and also sometimes due to erosion, those nutrients just go away. What they're trying to do is they're trying to regenerate the soil to its full potential, to its full health, and it's pretty cool. So even though I'm in Texas, I'm looking at this huge space between the cars and I'm just thinking, oh, it'd be so beautiful to just lane filter and cruise right up to the front and then be nice and safe, not surrounded by metal boxes on wheels. Texas don't allow that. One of the 49 locations in the world that doesn't allow lane splitting. Every other country in the world allows it. California allows it. Invasive species alert! Check out this sign. Zebra mussels attack lakes. Clean, drain, and dry your boat. Fines up to $500. Awesome! It's great to see that they're taking such action, such strong action, to reduce the threat of invasive species. Zebra mussels have cost the Great Lakes up near Michigan billions of dollars, billions with a B. And now they have made it all the way down the United States to Texas. So zebra mussels get here by boats, going from one freshwater entity to another, lakes and ponds and rivers, and they jump from one to the other via boats. And then the hill. Oh. That is a steep hill. There's my buddy driving to work. Poor guy has to drive a car. If you've been watching these videos, you know that I typically charge up at fast charging stations, but here's how I normally charge up when I'm at home. Just keep my cord right in there. This side goes into the bike. It looks like a regular computer cord, although it is thicker to handle bigger currents. Here's a regular 110 volt connection. Plug it in, and that's it. Easy as pie. At Krause Springs near Austin, Texas. Having a blast watching people swing on the rope swing there. Watching people slip into the water as they attempt to enter. Did a couple of flips on the rope swing, had a blast. Jumped off the 15-foot cliff, that was pretty sweet too. And beautiful day. And then this guy just photobombed me. Hilarious. With my good friends Orion and Tina. Orion, Tina. Here we go, Apis Apiary and restaurant. Amazing, amazing place. Had some dinner here yesterday. It was delicious. And some friends of mine work here. It's my baby. This is the new paint job, right? Oh yeah. What's the name? I like Nikola Tesla. So, this is hilarious. Look out, guys! The camera is coming. Now these aren't layers, are they?
No, these are meat birds.
These are meat birds. Hey, meat birds.
My name's Orion Weldon, and we are in Spicewood, Texas, which is about 45 minutes west of the city of Austin. That has eroded and created this area they call the Hill Country. And this is a great area for us to practice regenerative agriculture. There's a lot of exposed soil, and there's specifically a lot of exposed subsoil called caliche. All the topsoil that used to be here, like multi-feet thick, has slowly eroded away. Anytime you get exposed soil, there ends up being a bacteria layer that forms that is hydrophobic. That just further exacerbates drying out of the soil, and you initiate something called desertification. And we want to try to reverse that, as well as providing a lot of habitat for native wildlife and producing both produce and meat products.
Leaving the farm. It's time to say goodbye to my friends Orion and Tina, doing amazing things with regenerative agriculture on their farm. You know, one of the interesting parts about leaving is you really find out how you truly feel about someone when you leave. Because if it's difficult to leave, that's when you know you love someone and you care about them. So it was difficult to leave when I left my cousin Jenny up in Seattle. It's difficult to leave when I'm leaving my friends Orion and Tina. And I wasn't even sure if I was going to stop here. But I want to come here more often. Come out to Spicewood, Texas, Orion and Tina at TerraPurezza, and learn a thing or two and grow, because it's awesome. Good morning, Austin. It is 5:45 a.m. 80 degrees. So I'm trying to ride as much as possible in the morning before the sun gets up. I got to bed at midnight. We got a sky that is starting to brighten up a little bit as the Earth rotates. Alright, going to the Hyatt in Lost Pines, just west of Austin, Texas, and listening to Google Maps. I think they sent me down the service entrance. Alright, found them. It's funny, I'm always worried about the noise my charger makes. This place has water falling somewhere, so that's making a sound too. It is 6:30 a.m. I'm ahead of the schedule. I'm charging up at the Hyatt in Lost Pines, Texas, just east of Austin. And I've got two charge point stations, this one and the other one, both going at the same time, charging at 10 kilowatts. Everything's working perfectly. One of the valet guys stopped by to probably ask me to move, but then he realized I was charging and he was like, oh no, you're fine, stay as long as you want. Alright, thank you Hyatt for the beautiful charge point stations. 6.6 kilowatts shared power, which means for me to get 10 kilowatts I needed to use one plug from each station. Plugged in, a valet guy came over and he was just like, hey, what are you doing here? And he goes, oh my gosh, you're plugged in? Whoa, please feel free to stay as long as you want. So he never even asked if I was a hotel guest. I don't know if he assumed I was or not, but regardless, I went ahead and bought some rather delicious but overpriced breakfast. So I had a good breakfast. I didn't have to eat a cold cut sandwich again. I've eaten so many cold cut sandwiches on this trip. It's unreal. It's a very high priced hotel, so everyone is super nice, and you just walk in like you belong there and they'll treat you great. So I walked in, got treated like a prince, had some breakfast, and then 15 minutes later got my bike. It's all charged up, 96%. I gotta go 75 miles. So leaving the Hyatt, this is kind of a fun road. Speed limit is 19 miles per hour on this road. That's a weird speed limit. Most speed limits are in increments of 5 miles per hour. So 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour, that's normal. 19 miles an hour, that's kind of fun. Good morning, sun. Hello, sunrise. Now today, I called ahead to the RV park and they said it was fine. They're actually looking forward to meeting me in my electric motorcycle. It would be nice to just not have to call ahead, to know that wherever you go, you can just plug in. Obama just passed an executive order saying that there are going to be, I think, $250 million dedicated to installing charging stations. So hopefully that will help everything move along. This is the exit to Flatonia, Texas. I charged up at Flatonia last summer and met just the most wonderful people there, and I was trying to figure out if I could swing by and charge at their RV park instead of the one in Columbus. However, it would add some miles, some time to my trip, and I just can't afford that. So I went to Columbus RV park, and they were legitimately excited for me to come. I called them up. I said the same thing I always do. Hi, my name is Ben Rich. I'm riding an electric motorcycle, and I'd like to charge up using a 50 amp connection for 45 minutes. Well, by the time I got to the part of the sentence where I said I'm on an electric motorcycle, they said, oh wow. And even before I asked, they were Hello, Columbus RV Park. There are plenty of spots open, and there is movement near the office. And they're looking bewildered at me. Let's go. Here is charging procedure for RV parks. Got the cord. I'm going to plug this into a NEMA 1450, then turn it on. So this is now live, and then I plug this into my supercharger.
That is going to get me going nice and fast.
Then I plug in my regular 110 volt plug. That is what I normally use to charge at home. Says I'll be done in just over an hour. I'm going to connect my motorcycle to my Bluetooth. So 9 kilowatts, that's good. And then my battery is up to 104. If it gets to 120, it's not going to work. I'm using 3 cords and 3 different chargers to charge up right now. Number 1, this supercharger, the big dog. Hook it up with my J1772 plug. This wire goes to the NEMA 1450, the huge one here. The 30 amp I have an adapter on, and that just connects to this charger right here. Okay, and it just plugs right into the 30 amp connection here. And then 110 volts, like normal, is also just plugged in. And that goes into the normal spot where I typically charge. 3 chargers. I'm charging up at about 10.4 kilowatts, and that only is going to take about 40 minutes for me to go from 16% to 95%. And then I'm going to head off to Houston. Yeah! So it's 8:30 in the morning. I'm at the Columbus RV Park. There is no one up. This door is locked, that door is locked, and there's no indoor air-conditioned place available. The morning started out at 80 degrees, and so yeah, this is the kind of awkward situation I find myself in. I have about a half hour of charging left. The sun is rising, it's getting hotter, and I'm in, my motorcycle jacket, my jeans. I could, of course, take my motorcycle jacket off, but it looks so good. I'm able to charge here, which keeps me going, but it's not the most comfortable because early in the morning and late at night, I end up arriving at RV parks before they're open or after they're closed, so it creates kind of a strange situation. I was sitting comfortably at the office and I just heard my charger turn off, so now I need to find out why. I have 45% battery, that's not enough to do anything. 50 amp is still on. It didn't trip the circuit, but it is not charging. Let's see what's up. Okay, excitement first thing in the morning. This is my first full charge of the day, and we got some overheating problems in Texas. It is possible that I just blew this breaker. I felt the panel and it feels really hot. None of the circuits were tripped, but none of them were providing electricity. So this charging stop may have gone from being free to being very expensive, because I'm clearly going to tell them what happened and I'm going to offer to pay for the new equipment. So I went to another post, and instead of plugging in 3 chargers, I just plugged in 1, and I plugged in the supercharger. Well, it's really hot. Normally it gets hot, but now it's really, really hot. Like, it hurts to touch. It's not just uncomfortable to touch, but it's very, very hot. I don't know why I'm doing that. It hurts. Okay, I'm just telling you, trust me. So instead of that, I am plugging in my 2 Elcons, because those have fans that cool them and allow them to operate at a normal temperature. So I only have 51%. I have to go only 55 miles. So I'm planning on getting 75% charge and going. I would not be able to keep going if I only had the supercharger right now. I'm only able to keep going because of these Elcons. So thank you, Hollywood Electric, for making this awesome product. So now I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and it is 8:42. Probably need a half hour, so I'm gonna be here till 9:15. Then I'm gonna head off to Houston. Having overheating issues in Texas. My battery's temperature has risen from 104 degrees when I first arrived to 111 degrees now. I'm almost done charging, so I'll be able to leave soon. So I'm kind of hot. I got 55 more miles to go. I'm not going to charge all the way. A little bit of excitement on the day between Austin and Houston. I know Terry Hirschner, who rides cross country as well. He also has a lot of troubles in Texas, so I guess it's just fitting. Okay, because time is of the essence, the first thing I do when I get off the bike is plug in, and the last thing I do is unplug. So I've got my gloves on, my helmet is on. I am ready to take this out and go. I've checked my directions already. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug first. So we want to unplug, because this is the safest connection with the least chance of electrical shock doing something to the electronics. Then we're going to turn this off and unplug from here, wrap it up, put it in the awaiting top box, close the top box, which has a lot of stuff in it, so sometimes it takes a moment to do that. Good. Key is here. Usually I have this on already. And then undo this and this. I just happen to wrap it up this way. It's not necessary. Okay, double check everything is disconnected. If I ride away, I'm not going to break anything. And my bike jumped from 75% to 89%. How nice. Thank you, Columbus RV Park, for the charge. Sorry about destroying one of your stations, but I'll take care of that later. And now it's time to go to Houston. Cruising on down I-10. Welcome to Houston, land of the amazing interchange. Look how high I am. It's like I'm flying. And this is an interchange. Lots of interchanges in Houston are just like that. There's the city, downtown way over there. I'm actually in Katy, Texas. So the parents of a friend of mine live right over there to my left. Hello, Radkes. I had a nice visit last year, but this year there's no time. Now I've arrived. So basically a typical day, really. That's my typical day. It is not without challenges